Hey, I just clicked an extra button. Is everything still good? Are you okay? Is everything still okay? I had to click an extra button this time to go live. Well, the laptop says we're still good. So I'm going to trust the laptop. Bear Racing Live. What is going on, everybody? I hate it when things don't go as planned perfectly every time. I'm going to do that. Actually, no, I'm not do that. Oh, I need the background music. Oh my god. How's that? Is that okay? Let me turn that down and actually unmute it. I'm going to assume that's good. Man, speaking of things not going to plan, was supposed to have this live stream last week. You may have noticed. Unfortunately, our plumbing in the house broke, so kind of had to put everything on hold for like 3 days straight while you know, we cleared out the pipes in the house and had to clean up you know, the mess of dragging mud and dirt through the house and doing all of that. Pun intended, it was pretty shitty, actually. It was not great. It was not great, but you know, we're all good now. I'm gonna turn it down in my headphones a little bit. Now I feel like I don't have to shout. Yeah, kind of a rough week last week, but you know, everything's all good now. It's even cleaner than it was before. The house was, I should say. So that was yeah. So that's why we didn't have this last week. So we're doing a double feature, I guess, today, which is still only 2 races that I'm still gonna have to do some workarounds because, you know, flow racing and all of that. If you watched these streams in the past. Something else that didn't go as expected. My video from Bridgeport got uploaded today, or I guess I should say released to the public today. I always upload the videos a day or so ahead of time so that, you know, it finishes processing and everything and the picture looks a little bit better and I could put the timestamps on for the chapters, but I planned on having that video go live tomorrow. I must have misclicked and hit today. So the new video's out if you want to watch. It's the Short Track Super Series race from Bridgeport, 60 over special, Doug Hoffman Memorial race. I had fun making it, as always, but yeah, I expected this video to go live tomorrow and not today. So if you get bored of watching the live stream, check out that video, or when the live stream's done, check out the video after. I tried to do a little bit shorter one this week. I think it's only like 20 minutes long, but yeah, hey, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? How's everyone doing today? Let me not take that. Yeah, yeah, we had to take apart basically the entire septic line in the house, and it was a mess. It was a lot. Yeah, I thought about having the live stream last week on Friday instead, just to make up for it, but I just figured, nah, why rush it? It's always been Wednesdays. Let's just leave it Wednesdays. I'm gonna give it another couple minutes for people to come on in if they want to. If you're watching a replay of the live stream, that's not, you know, Wednesday at 7, come join us next week for for the live stream. Yeah, I need that caffeine today, I'll tell you what. Yeah, so it looks like that extra button, I think we're okay, man. I think we're okay. I can't believe it's been like over a month since the last live stream already, man. It, time flies by. But, racing season has officially begun and is, underway. Like I said in the Port Royal video, Club Fuego pointed out that for the next 35 straight weeks we had modified racing in the Northeast. So we are all systems go for the weekly live stream once again. Down below, if you haven't seen a midweek modified live stream in the past couple streams, I guess I should call it, I updated the scroll, so now it's kind of like a normal ESPN bottom line ticker. Right now I just have it displaying all of the track champions from last year, but next week I'm going to switch it over to be the date of the opening weekly race for all of these tracks, except for the two that are racing this weekend. You'll see coming up. I'll have the winners of those down below. So I think it looks a little bit better. It's going to be a pain in the ass for me to update this because I have to type it out every single time. Unlike when I had the Excel file scroll on the side, it was I could just copy and paste it. Oh man, this is a normal can of NOS, right? Hello? Hello? What was I saying? Yeah, so, I don't know, just still trying to always improve the look of these live streams just a little bit at a time, and I'm really happy with the layout now. Traded, you know, you've seen it. You've seen it. So, it's probably going to still be a little bit of a shorter live stream, because we still don't have all that much to talk about. But let me roll right into the news, and let me kill the background music for a second, because this is a bit of a sad story to kick us off. Oh, man. So, yeah, some of you may have noticed that the featured driver in the thumbnail is not the winner of last stream's poll, Alex Yankowski. I made the executive decision that I hope no one will mind, and changed it to Jason Harrington, a 55-year-old small block driver who competed weekly at Lebanon Valley. Earlier last week, it was announced that Jason passed away unexpectedly. Many people commented about how shocked they were, since they just saw his car displayed at a mall in the Capital District, where Lebanon Valley Speedway was holding their annual car show. I didn't know him personally, but the outpouring of comments online, all saying how infectious his smile was, tells everything about what kind of man Jason was. In his 18 seasons of racing, he notched up 11 wins and 82 top fives. The Flying Farmer is going to be dearly missed. Before the racing season really gets underway, there's been a last-minute change in ownership. Brett Deyo announced earlier last week that he had sold off his share of Utica Rome to Jason Brodell. I'm not quite sure how to actually pronounce that name. The person who already owned the other 50% of the property. There have been rumors all year last year about the health and stability of Deyo's Short Track Super Series, as well as his business of BDR Speed, Fonda Speedway, Brookfield Speedway, and Georgetown. The sale might point to all of the rumors being true. However, he is already on record saying that the state of his series and tracks are in a much better position than what he was in last year. Utica Rome Speedway kicks off their season opener on April 14th. I didn't write down the dates for some stupid reason, but Utica Rome also announced that they are hosting a handful of small block modified races upcoming this season. They don't normally have that division. They mostly keep the big blocks, but they announced 4 or 5 small block dates, which is kind of funny because there's been some sportsman only tracks that have announced that they are hosting a small blocks races as well, like Devil's Bowl Speedway and the I'm blanking on the name. The Brookfield Speedway is hosting a modified race as well, upcoming this year. Everything's still good health-wise for the stream. Hell yeah. Oh, that's the background. Don't want to change the background. I want to change this. Check this out. This is going to make a lot of people happy. The original plan for Danny Johnson and the Tim Gibson-owned number 27J team was to scale back in 2025. Well, what happens often in the sport is plans change. The Doctor will once again be competed weekly at the Outlaw Speedway and chasing another track championship. As of right now, this is the only confirmed races for him, but I'm sure we'll see him pop up in some big money races at the end of the season. It's also worth noting that Daniel Johnson has signed on once again. Did not know about the 3/5 small block race at Brookfield. Yes, they did announce one. Give me one sec, I could actually pull up the dates for that. Where in the hell is B in the alphabet? Brookfield Speedway, there you go. August 24th is when they are hosting that one. What was I saying? Oh man, I just completely broke my list. There we go. Daniel Johnson is once again competing full-time with the Super DIRTcar Series, so I have a feeling that that is what is... that's what Danny Johnson's going to be focusing on a little bit more, is helping him out in his program, because yeah, he was a rookie last year on the tour. Running weekly races and making a jump to a touring series is always a much bigger step than I think what most people maybe not lead on, but expect. So that's just my hunch. I don't have any inside sources from that. I believe I have one more piece of news lined up. Yes, I do. Georgetown Speedway continues upgrading its fan experience, this time partnering with a new online streaming service that will help them guarantee that all races taking place at the Speedway will be broadcasted live for anyone to view around the world. This means that both Delaware tracks that host modified racing will be broadcasted online, with Delaware International remaining with 302motorsports.tv. Georgetown's weekly shows, they teamed up with DiamondStateDigital.tv, a website that has hosted over 5 years, or a website that has over 5 years experience broadcasting races from Delaware. For the major races held at the track at Georgetown, they are relying on Flow and Dirt Vision to fill those gaps. Welcome to Modified Nation Diamond State Digital. Hey, if you haven't noticed, I'm a young kid. I kind of think, streaming weekly races is really good for the sport. I don't think it should be held just to the touring series. I think giving people the chance to check out other weekly events from tracks all over the nation, I think is a great way to promote the sport, and gives the opportunity for someone who one, can't travel like I do, or two, doesn't really have a local dirt track like people in New York City who don't want to drive over an hour to Orange County or 2 hours to New Egypt. Gives them a chance to check out dirt racing on a small scale. On a small scale screen. That feels like the wrong words, but yeah. I like it. I'm excited to check out Diamond State Digital. I'm sure it's just going to be like 302 and Race Report with the Southern Tier tracks and Dirt Track Digest and all the streaming services we all come to know and use. Before I jump into the race highlights from the Short Track Super Series from the last 2 weeks. Oh, you know what? I was going to say let's check out the Bear, the best earned average rating that I came up with. But I might actually wait on that till after the highlights, because I don't want to spoil the winners if you haven't seen these races yet for some reason. So what I'm actually going to do instead, I'm going to jump to our cross-flagged question. So I normally ask what you guys, I normally have you guys vote on who should be the thumbnail driver for the next stream, because I didn't choose. All right, because I didn't go with Alex Yankowski, who was the winner last week. I'm going to use him for next week. So, cross-flag question this time is, do you guys like the idea of the Short Track Super Series holding a big race that's not in modified country? I wrote this out on my way home from Port Royal, which is a track that is definitely not in modified country. That half mile is PA Posse country and sprint car territory, 100%. But that definitely showed in both my video, and I'm assuming the broadcast, is that the stands really weren't that full during those races. So unless you're someone like me who enjoys traveling to races, or maybe happen to actually live near Port Royal and like modifies or wanted to check them out, not a lot of people actually went to this race. So I'm curious, do you guys like the idea of them trying to, grow the division, grow modified racing, or do you think that some of these big money races should be more within our territory, to give fans an easier opportunity to check out a race where 42 modifieds showed up, and honestly 30 of them could have won that race? I like it. I'm gonna be honest. I like what Deo does with the series. Port Royal was a great track. That place was fast in person. I hope the video and the broadcast really did that justice, because I haven't felt speed like that outside of Lebanon Valley since Orange County did the reconfiguration and took out the banking. But yeah, that place was flying. I love the track. I hope that event continues and grows a little bit, and maybe we can turn some of the sprint car guys into modified fans down the line. Love Port Royal. Hope it stays on the SDSS schedule. Like Hagerstown idea too. Me too. Someone pointed out it's the first time in since 2010 that Hagerstown is going to host modifieds. I'm really curious about the car count that race is going to have, because it's way out of the way, and you could tell that not a lot of drivers and teams have signed on full-time with the Short Track Super Series South region. So maybe it's just going to be show-up points. I really don't know what the car count's going to be, but I honestly just hope it's a good race, and the locals there, the local fans, get a good showing out of it. What is up with the NOS? Yeah. I don't know if you guys caught my map making live stream from probably 2 months ago, but I mentioned, as we were talking about Unity Speedway, I think that's another good place that can host a modified race that's outside of the territory of big block modifieds. Unity is a 1/3 mile track out in Maine. I really think that would be a good one to have on the schedule. All right, let me click this funny looking button here, and that's that. All right, if you haven't caught a live stream before, Flow Racing broadcasts get picked up very easily on YouTube's copyright system. What was that? What was that? My laptop just did a thing. What happened? Are we good? Okay. Flow Racing broadcasts get picked up very easily on the YouTube copyrights tracking system. So I have I've tried many different ways to try to avoid the stream getting, paused for content. So this week what I'm going to try to do is just leave the background music playing and maybe turn down the broadcast audio for the actual race. See if that works. Are you going to be at Fonda or Glen Ridge races this year? I don't know. I normally hit the Fonda 200. I'm kind of curious on what that race at Land of Legends is that's always on that weekend. Actual name is escaping me. I don't know. I still have a lot of gaps actually in my schedule for this year. I'm waiting on one freaking racetrack to still drop its schedule so I could finish planning everything. Really annoyed that they haven't posted their schedule. I'm not going to say who it is, but it's also making me a little concerned that they might not be running again this year. Without giving it away, I actually ended up sitting next to the track owner when I went to, well, not right next to it, but like 2 or 3 people down. Thank you. The Heirs Memorial. Yes, thank you. Yes. Yes. I might check that one out instead of the Fonda 200. Don't know. But I sat next to the owner of this track when I went to the New London Waterford Speedbowl race and the Tri-Track Series race. And it's funny because I was actually planning on going to his track last year until the news of Albany Saratoga came out, when I made the last minute change to go to that track instead, because we didn't know how long that track was going to have. Turns out, hey, the plans to tear that down have been man, I don't know, false? Not false, but shut down by the county government and the town government there. So Albany Saratoga, for at least the time being, its future is pretty safe. Man, that was a weird tangent I went on. How did I get here? Ooh. Okay, live stream's still good. Alright. So let's make this scary change, and let's try to avoid copyright detection here. Cool. How's this? Everything good? Everything good. Alright. Pray everything works and nothing gets shut down. So I didn't actually watch the highlights yet for either this race or the Bridgeport race. Obviously I was there. I was actually right underneath the Flow Racing broadcast guys. So I was worried someone was going to see me, like, filming the race and think that I'm, like, live streaming it for free on Facebook or something. So is Albany Saratoga done after 2025 or no? As of right now, nope, they are still good to race on forever. The person who was threatening to buy and build apartments had to present a plan to the town board. Ooh, careful, Stoyer. Story in the 6th grader. Had to present a plan for, rezoning, and the people who live in Malta pretty strongly said they don't want more apartments, and the board members voted in favor of the racetrack 3-2, so the sale was turned down for a while. So as of right now, if the owner is going to sell it, he's basically got to sell it to someone who wants to keep it a racetrack, just like the Orange County Fair Speedway situation. And there's my man Anthony Perego having a barbecue. Okay, I think we're still good with the YouTube. Oh, I forgot they do this now. The in-car camera. I love that in-car camera, man. That's definitely a win for Flow Racing over Dirt Vision, because Dirt Vision doesn't do that. And Grosso gets into the fence. Danny Buck got turned around. Sad situation on the Danny Buck camp. Let me actually pause this for a second. Danny Buck actually came out and announced that he's pretty much not going to race for the next month. I think we'll see coming up that the engine here that he was using blew up or failed, or I forget the actual wording he used, but the engine pretty much has to be rebuilt, and his backup car got too damaged at the race at Bridgeport. So as of right now, he's on the sidelines until his two cars get fixed and repaired. Really, really tough way for him to start the year. A favorite for track championships and wins down in the southern part of Modified Nation. But that's just racing, man. Sometimes finances add up, and you just got to sit out for a while. Kind of like the same thing with the Green family in my area. They're kind of just on pause for 2025 due to the financial situation and repairing cars and all that. Stangl crossing over Alex Payne. Stangl, it was announced that he is going to compete for Rookie of the Year honors in the Super DIRTcar Series this year. I think he is the only confirmed rookie. There's 19 confirmed drivers who are going to run the whole year. And Kid Rocket turning his car into a rocket. This track was tough on motors, man. Some of the guys definitely didn't tune their engine right for high speeds and cold temperatures. But also, day race, and, you know, really no dust here. Port Royal guys did a great job of preparing the track. So it's proof right here that it's not the cars that's the issue. It has to be the track surface. Referring to the dust at Bridgeport, at Orange County, at Accord. A lot of tracks that are notorious for having dusty surfaces. Shepard goes around the high side of Pots and Pans to take second. This was such a good race. If you're wondering about going to this race next year and making the trip, highly, highly recommend it. $50 for both the Friday and Saturday shows in total. Free camping on the grounds of the racetrack, and it was really, really affordable weekend, considering you know, we would probably have to travel. Alex Payne sliding Mahaney. Oh, the background music. The background music ended. One sec. Let me. Why are you not looping? There you go. Okay. That was close. Oh. That could have ended everything I know and love. Alright, what do we got? 5 to go. Hot pursuit. Stoyer in the 6, Shepard in the 9. Stoyer never won a series event Shepard chasing 900 and Brett Hearn for winningest driver of all time in our division. Alright, here we go, 4 laps. Shepard throws it in, Stoyer crosses over, can he clear him coming down? It's a drag race down the start-finish line. Stoyer slides up, Shepard tries to cross him back, he gets to the inside. Another slider, can't clear Stoyer, Stoyer gets around the top. Man, this was a great race. Stoyer almost jumped the cushion there going into 3. Puts the 53 in between him and Shepard. It's about a half-second gap at the finish line. Okay. I thought Stoyer was nuts for going low into 3 because I knew that was going to happen. He was going to wash up, open the door for Shepard, and he barely beat Shepard. Man, what a race. Third weekend of the... Oh, we didn't get an interview. Oh, that sucks. Third weekend of the year for Northeast Modifieds, and we already have a race of the year contender. The Speed Showcase. Did the STSX expect that from dropping their race from 200 laps to 60? Probably not. But it was still great. It was still a great race. Any good comments? I'm still on the screen. Okay. Great race, awesome race, love the port. Yeah, I mean, it was just, you don't get much better than that one, man. It was phenomenal. I'm honored that I got to see that one live, if I'm being honest. So let's just jump right into the next one. I'm not sponsored. So, next week, next race for the series, the Southern Division, Bridgeport Motorsports Park in Southern New Jersey, right where I-95 crosses from New Jersey into Delaware. Right there. I have covered this track. Its weekly program last year did a weekly race showcase that showed all of the divisions that run at this track. I like this place, I really do. If you get a chance to check it out in person, I also highly recommend it. And again, just like Port Royal, free overnight camping at the track to please the track chasers. I also forgot to mention, Stoyer winning that race became the 200th different modified driver to pick up a series win in the history of touring series and modifieds. So there's now been 200 different winners that have won a touring series. I think that's a really cool stat, but also really surprised it's only 200. I guess not that surprising, because like it was mostly just Super DIRTcar until like late 2000s, or maybe mid 2000s. I don't know when the BRP tour started. Was it the 11th or 12th year of the STSS now? So really not a lot of options, I guess, thinking back to it, back in the 80s and 90s. Right, we got 17 to go. Payne leads. Friesen in hot pursuit. Different cast of characters, but shaping up to be about the same song and dance from the last race. There's Stangle. His engine let go. Ooh, Jankowski go down, get into it on the restart. Jankowski's been a little elbows up, man. Got into it with Shepard down in Florida, getting in with go down here. Ooh. Speed shot. Friesen looks low on the leader. Payne rips around the high side. Ooh, Friesen tries to get to the inside. Payne shuts the door. They both slide up the track. Friesen went way high there. Crossing over, inside, even into one, and they're crashing. So, obviously if you watched my video that was posted today and not tomorrow, I didn't catch the start of this, so what actually happened? Ooh, Jankowski didn't know he was there, okay. Alright, well I'll call that just a racing deal. Yeah, so there's no way Alex could have known Go Down was there. Go Down probably could have backed out of it. Maybe you could argue Jankowski should have heard his engine next to it. Do we have a shot of them going into 3? Were they even into 3? Can't tell. Yeah, that was a hard hit. Yeah, I'm going to chalk that up to a racing deal. That's just racing. Glad everyone was okay coming out of it. Obviously, Jankowski didn't have any damage. Was able to restart in 3rd. Ooh, they made contact. And Friesen ripping the lip. That's just the fast way around this place, just like Lebanon. You gotta use the top side. The banking is just... it's too high to not run it. And if you're gonna run the bottom, you gotta hope there's grip down there. Especially on the exit. Here comes the best friends battling for 3rd. Crossover on Shep, or by Shep. Ooh, Shepard clears him. So I'm gonna be honest, I'm not that big on Alex Payne's new paint scheme. I don't know if that's just an STSS deal, but I really liked the red, white, and blue that he ran last year. The black and maroon, or maroon and red, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't really do it for me, and again, no victory lane interviews. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I enjoyed going. It's a good track. It's very reasonable in terms of price, and it does put on good races, but definitely a race of attrition last Saturday. And that track also kicks off... wait, is it Bridgeport? I think it is. Bridgeport is one of the 2 tracks that kick off its weekly program this upcoming weekend. But first, before we go into that, let's check out the Bear. I gather the results of every race and compare them from drivers who performed well and who they performed well against, and come up with a like a ranking system where you beat better guys, you get more points. If you lose to bad guys, you lose more points. Kind of like how iRacing works, if you guys are familiar with that. So this this is the results from Port Royal. Let this scroll through, and yeah. So after Port Royal, when we factor in the totals, 319. Yes, that's right. It was last week I was supposed to do this. Here's the top 40 from after Port Royal, and I added in plus minus indicators in their position to indicate if that driver moved up or down in rankings. So here's the top 40. New indicates they're new into the top 40, so I didn't track them previously. Well, I tracked them, I just didn't write down where they were outside of the top 40. So after Port Royal, Alex Payne just ahead of Shepard and Friesen. Friesen obviously didn't have that good of a showing, and also didn't run during Volusia, all the races there. Yeah, so we'll keep track of all of this throughout the season, and maybe think of some sort of fun reward for the guy who performs best. Okay, so then we have Bridgeport. Oh, why is this one so square? Okay, well here's the results from Bridgeport. Only was it 31 or 32 cars entered. Let's see here in a second. 32, yes. So Friesen picked up the win, picked up the most points. Shepard and Payne. Actually, surprised it's the same top three from what I just said. So the one of the things I do differently here than some of the other average earning guys, the best earned average finish, is the key word there is average. I take the average of how they performed throughout the week. So guys who race 3-4 times a week don't earn more points than a guy who just runs their weekly Saturday show. So it really shows who's the best pound for pound driver is. One of these days I'll come up with like a good actual explanation video. So here's once again the top 40. I don't know why all the shapes are all different sizes. Top 40. So Payne Shepard separated by 3 points here. New Egypt is going to be a huge indicator for the guys who watch this channel and pay attention to the bear for some reason. Yeah, don't really have much else to say about this one. If you guys want to know where your favorite driver currently sits on the bear, you can let me know and I can just pull up the full list, because I don't have just the top 40. As of right now, I have 87 guys logged. 87 different drivers have oh man, entered a race in a Northeast Modified this year. And something else I guess I should show is with a couple tracks starting their weekly racing program, what I'm also going to track is who has the biggest strength of field in their weekly racing scene. So who has the guys who are the best of the best competing at their track every week. So I'll start tracking that. And also have that show up on the stream every week starting next week. So I keep mentioning tracks starting their weekly program. This will be the last screen of the stream. Who is that? That is Georgetown, New Egypt, or no, New Egypt is a Super DIRTcar Series race, and Bridgeport Motorsports Park, you could see up there. 2 tracks kicking off their weekly championship season, which is, you know, down there on the scroll wheel. And Super DIRTcar Series kicks off their points season at New Egypt on Saturday. You can watch all 3 of these races on the respective streaming website. Georgetown has Diamond State. Like I said earlier on in the stream, Super Dirt is always on Dirt Vision, and Bridgeport is still signed with DirtTrackDigest.tv. We are officially back in modified racing season. I am so excited. I cannot wait to get to more races. Not even just modifieds, but also just sprint cars I've shown on the channel, pavement stuff. I got a couple more of that lined up just to diversify the channel. And Bill, anything you want to say before I end the stream? You are so dashing. $1 million bill over there. Oh, I don't normally point out the t-shirt I have in the background. It's different every stream. Van Dorn is the first t-shirt I purchased in 2025. Glad to finally add a former Orange County Fair Speedway sportsman champion to my drawer of t-shirts that is so full I could barely open that. I definitely have to make that video going over all of the t-shirts I have. Maybe I'll save it for a rain date or something, but that's all I got for a stream this week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Try to do these every Wednesday, as long as, you know, the pipes in my house don't fail again. Like I said, I have a new video out today. It was supposed to go out tomorrow. I guess I mixed up the dates, so it's live now. Check that out. Let me know what you guys think. Like the stream, comments what you guys think, maybe if I should add something or whatever. And as always, support your local. I'll see you at a short track soon.